My name is Sebastian Wong. I'm the digital and technology lead for market management. So I'm looking into digital transformation and ways, technology or digital tools that can help our customer and of course our distributor, partners, agents and all to do business easier, leveraging on digital and technology tools. Yeah. When KPI Soft came on board, I was a new joiner back then for Zurich. So it was very new to me as well at that point of time, getting grasp of what KPI Soft do. I've been in the insurance industry for a very, very long time, and what KPI Soft is offering is something very new and eye-opener for me, definitely. So subsequent to that, we had troubles. Day one, when we started initiated everything. Something that is very new, I think, for both sides, for KPI Soft and also for our business user and for our digital lead for me as well. With reports and figures, it is not as straightforward as other digital tools. Unlike the digital tools that is already available in the market for insurance industry. The digital tools available in the market mostly are quotation applications that cover e-submissions and all that, and probably some collectibles. What do you call that? Key agency metrics, balance scorecard, communication hub is something very, very new. So we really do not know what to expect out of this. First, and then of course, we take KPI Soft on board. We really appreciate KPI Soft as a partner, as a consultant to us, what we can do better. At the same time, we want to make sure whatever we visualize, our objective is achieved through the consultation and through the business user demand. When I say demand, it's really demand, is that to be able to achieve that. Yeah. So what we really wanted to achieve that is to really make our internal department life easier. The agents, our partners, our distributor life easier as well, so that they can focus on doing what is important to them. Yeah, rather than scouring for figures, reports and all that. This should be something very simple at the snap of a finger for them to do that, to do just that. The tangible benefit I see is that through my experience, engagement with stakeholders, people like the agents, the frontliners, and also the user, which is our ADH, the sales team that is managing the agents. Very, very obvious is that one, they are no longer asking for a lot of reports. Reports are at their fingertips. What they can do better right now is that, it's not a report generating tools. It's just an indicator and a benchmark. With that benchmark, you know what you can do with it already. It is not without challenges. At first, a lot of education have to go through. Passing the knowledge down to what we aspire to, for the app to achieve, to deliver what we wanted. So a lot of trainings, a lot of knowledge sharing, a lot of change in behavior need to be ingrained to our partners and in all the users. For example, this data is accurate. The trust must be there. That the user must be able to trust this data is accurate, and that they can go on to do a lot of stuff. Be it in their sales planning, be it in their coaching to their downline, be it for their promotion, or the agency development. So that's how important data, changing the behavior of our partners and all the stakeholders. Yeah, to me that's very crucial. That's where what the app can deliver, tangible, directly or not directly, contributing to the company. I have two. Okay, I'll share one that's mine, the experience I encountered. The other one is my CEO. Okay, I'll share the first one. The first one is that very simple. You get a simple sense of achievement when you know your top producer calling you, asking what happened to the report in IMH. The figure is not correct. Once we check and is of course there's some technical issue that we encountered, that the report wasn't delivered and was not displayed properly. And I get that, okay, your figure is wrong. That means people are logging in each and every day to check on their figure and their report, what is their performance. That's, to me, is a sense of joy really. Yeah. The other part is that the CEO shared with me that he went to this branch visit. It is in Tower, a very remote area in Portugal. This GAM, she's a lady in her probably 60s, according to my CEO. They were having dinner or lunch, I can't remember, but one simple question is from my CEO to this lady: what is your performance up to date for this year? She couldn't get an answer. The next moment, she opened her bag, picked her, her iPad up, launch IManage, look at the figure. Well, I have achieved this one based on this year, target. That is, compared to last year's 30% more. So, yeah, this is what I've achieved. And that just, that simple action shows that if a lady in her 60s can look at that report, look at IManage as a guidance where she is, how far she is from the target, that says a lot. That says a lot to me really. So we are definitely moving towards that direction, and hopefully we can, expand and more and more people adapt to it. One of the challenges is that, for me, is that as a user experience, so-called expert, or for this project, is that we have to simplify all the numbers and make it easier to understand without a lot of training, going through, or then knowledge sharing to the stakeholders. Okay, so we went through multiple rounds to display information correctly, not just data, but how it is looked. Not too much information, people just zone out. We need to introduce it at the beginning where it is attractive enough for the user to use it, to log in every day, understand what the figure is all about. One glance, what red means, what amber means, and what green means. Of course, there's an indicator. It wasn't there at the first place. As we move along, we enhance a lot of things like, we put in the legends, the indicators, we put in color coding, date of the data. It's very, very minor, very, very small, but makes a huge difference to the user, especially for the agent, the frontliner, the sales teams. Like, when is this up to date? Those are the small things that is really, really important for the user. And as a business user, it is very easy to overlook such small details. So we went on great length to make sure all that is covered. From the description, every single use is and every single description used, every figure published, the dots, the lines, the target lines, the y-axis, the x-axis. We went into that great length to make sure it is easy to understand for the agents. They are no statistic expert. The agents, the frontliner, they are not expert in that. They just want simple information. And it is really our job, together with KPS, to really deliver them. How is it now? I think first we went through multiple rounds. No doubt about it. Definitely went through multiple rounds. It is true engagement with the user. I think that's really, really important. I do the training to the stakeholders of my group, of course with the help from the training departments and all that. Through my engagement with the stakeholders and all that, gain some feedback, really understand what is their pain points, what is important to them. Like I mentioned earlier on, small things like dates, small things like dots and lines and figure is all really important to them. So through the engagement with them, giving them confidence and they giving us the feedback that we needed, that really transformed the app to it today. The other part is, of course, the user experience is that we have to cover a lot of angles. How one glance, the number are able to tell what you need to do. Okay, we also incorporate some insights to motivate the stakeholders, be it the normal agents or the leaders of the agency, agency managers and so on, to really spur them on, give them that extra kick to go further. So there are three components to I manage app. One is the communication hub, right? So that what we want to do is that with communication part is that we want to bring on formal communications to I manage inside the this communication hub. One thing is because it is meant to be secure, right? The other part is that it is easily shared across the agency force and the manpower. Right? It has the ability to do push notification and so on. So we want them to use this as a main platform, as communication platforms. The other part is the results. At first it was called dashboard. Nobody understands what this dashboard is all about. At least to our agents, they just we select language that resonates with them. So now it's called results. So results is where we get them in. First thing when you get them in, you'll see a huge bar where they are right now, and what is the target. So they know from that figure is that this bar, okay, I'm in line with this year production, okay, or if I'm way behind or I overachieve. And the other line is what I have to do, or rather what is the amount I need to achieve. So with a simple calculation like, okay, for example, I have 100K to go. What do I need to do to achieve 100K? Let's say if we divide by K size, how many Ks do I need to close based on this number? That is what the leaders, as an agency leader, as a manager, need to do that kind of calculation, not scouring for reports. Okay, where's my report? Where's my achievement? So the shift of behavior, really what we wanted to see, and I think it is working. How we like to it to be. So that's one thing, and of course there are a lot of things. There are a lot of KPIs in there. The other part is the balance scorecard management. Balance scorecard, I think they need to meet the minimum requirements that is set out by the Bank Negara, our central bank, and we are the first one in the industry to offer that within, in a mobile app with a single touch of, launching iManager, you'll be able to see, whether I meet. Why it is important? Because at the end of the day, this will affect their commission. So to me, that's much more important. The calculations and all that are leaving to the business user. But to me, this should be able to tell you're affected. Your commission will be affected. If you don't do that. So with balance scorecard, what is important to me, how is it different from business user? Is that business user will go into the technical details on how it is calculated and all that. To me, balance scorecard is important to tell the agents whether you're getting the right commission, whether your commission is affected, or you'll be getting better commission because you show your professionalism in terms of quality setting. So that is the requirement, by Ben and Garrett. I believe we are the first one to introduce balance scorecard tracking in a mobile app. So that is really what we really wanted to do, to really tell the agent, to really tell the leaders and agents, hey, you need to do this. If not, your commission is affected. To me, that's very important. The other part, whether how you achieve it and all that, business user will do it. As a transformation guy, this is really what is important to the sales team. Okay, if I were to sum up KPIs of mentioned earlier on, we take them in as a really partners and consultant. They are, to me, that is to me, in my opinion, they are the go-to guy in terms of statistics and understanding what the figure is all about. So that's what really our aim, to understand the numbers and how it actually can translate into better sales and manage the performance of our sales team. KPI Soft is the go-to guy for numbers and statistics related consultant, that they can really give us some insights that we have never thought of. So they are the right guys. I'm glad that we are working with KPI Soft, looking into reports, data, and how this can translate into better performance for our sales team. One of the key KPI for myself is to drive usage for all the digital tools, I manage included. We started to launch it for iOS, for iPad, and of course iPhone. We started out on the first month with over 400 unique user download. Right now we are looking at around over 1,000. Over 1,000 users. Unique user. I can't stress enough of the unique user. The amount of time the app has been open is close to 10,000. All right. What I'm looking at is really the unique user, and then benchmark it against our average active user ages. Then it comes up to 30%. Of our active agent base that is actually using iManage. And most importantly, we got almost 70% of our agency leaders. These are the stakeholders, these are the users that we want them to really, really use it. And they are actually using iManage to track their performance, to manage their agency better, and grow their agency. Yeah, so this is where I think KPI Soft really came in and helps Zurich to drive that in